Hello and welcome to the show. I am Joe Tophat. Charles Schulz created a lot of memorable characters in Peanuts. There's Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Woodstock, Linus, Lucy, Pigpen, and a host of many others. But like any popular franchise, there is bound to be a few characters that don't get talked about, put on shirts, merchandise, or even featured in the animated specials. What was it about these characters that was doomed to failure, while characters like Charlie Brown go on to be household names? I'd like to start off in a period in the history of Peanuts where it wasn't a household name like it is today. And the character I want to start off with is none other than Charlotte Braun. Charlotte Braun was first introduced in Peanuts on November 30th, 1954. Schultz's reasoning behind introducing Charlotte was to give a female counterpart to the main character, Charlie Brown. Well, it's very obvious she was supposed to be that way, not only because of her name, but because she looks like Charlie Brown in the face. The only real difference is that she has curly hair while Charlie Brown is, well, you know. Now, the characters were known for their little personality quirks. Charlie Brown is the lovable loser. Snoopy has his flights of fantasy. Lucy is a fuss budget. Linus has a security blanket. And Pigpen is messy. So, what was it about Charlotte Braun that was supposed to be funny? Well, she's loud. Yeah, that's her whole defining characteristic is she's loud. Lucy would often yell at Charlie Brown and the other characters throughout the strip, but that was only because she was a fuss budget. Charlotte Braun really wasn't meant to be a fuss budget. Yeah, she did have an abrasive attitude, but even when she was calm, she talked loud. And as you can see in the strip here, because of that, the other girls wouldn't play with her. Why did she talk loud? Well, the other characters say that she has a built-in loudspeaker. So that was the funny little quirk that Charlotte Braun had. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to sustain her. Charles Schulz did not like writing the Charlotte Braun strips, simply because there was really nothing to her other than talking loud. As opposed to Lucy, who not only talked loud, but she was a terrible fuss budget. Beyond that, she was Charlie Brown's psychiatrist for whatever reason. She was Linus and Rerun's big sister, and she was also in an unrequited love relationship with Schroeder. Charlotte Braun just wasn't interested to Schulz or the readers. And that's the worst thing for a character to be, is boring. So on February 1st, 1955, she was dropped from the strip entirely. She was in the strip so little that there was no merchandise featuring her. You can't buy dolls of her like you can of Snoopy. There was also no special that features her even as a background character. So for the most part, Charlotte Braun was largely forgotten about in the Peanuts community. Well, it wasn't until after the death of Charles Schulz did this character start getting more attention. She was first brought up in the 2001 book Peanuts, The Art of Charles Schulz. This is where strips featuring her were published for the first time since they were printed in papers. There was a lot of strips that Charles Schulz felt didn't work, and so when they were collected in books, he chose not to republish them. And Charlotte Braun was unfortunately the victim of this. So this book featured strips that he wouldn't allow the public to see. A letter from a fan named Elizabeth Swam, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, came to light. In this letter, Miss Swam states that she hates the character of Charlotte Braun and wants Schulz to drop her from the strip entirely. Well, he answers the letter by stating that he will drop her if people didn't like her, but she would have the death of a child on her hands. And he submitted this drawing. I'm grateful I didn't work for him if he literally gives you the axe. And that is the end of the unhappy tale of Charlotte Braun. Let me know in the comment section what characters you guys would like me to talk about in this series. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.